It's not the diamonds.
Hey everybody, my name is Wyatt and I'm Ferda Tunes, and on July 9th I had the utmost pleasure of seeing Beyoncé live in Toronto for her Renaissance tour. I have been a huge fan of hers now for about 4 years, and I've always loved her ever since I was a kid, ever since Destiny's Child, up until I really started admiring and championing her ever since her surprise album dropped back in 2013. But if you want to know our history, my experience living in Beyoncé's world for my entire life, I did a whole video about a year ago basically going over how I became such a huge fan and why, right before I did a first reaction to Renaissance, so I'll put both of those in the description. Any Stans, Beehive members, I recommend, show your boy some love. Renaissance is still probably easily my best, favorite, most eccentric and fun reaction video I ever did, and I worked very hard on getting that out at the time, so show your boy some love, you'll appreciate it. Now, I'm not going to do this video like I do most of my concert overviews in the past. I'm not going to go into detail about what you can expect, what the stage and the visuals look like, the lighting, the performance. This tour was literally inescapable on my Instagram feed ever since the very first show kicked off, and I've tried to not see any spoilers. I don't know, I wanted to see her outfits live in the flesh and be shocked and amazed, but clips for every song and pretty much every moment were, again, inescapable on my Instagram feed. I'm sure everyone can say the same. Maybe I'm just too deep in Beyonce's world and Instagram is just like, here, this is all you want to see, right? And I don't really like knowing the set list going into a concert. I like to be surprised and the next song comes on and I'm like, oh, I didn't think she would perform this one, crazy. But regardless, I had a fairly fresh idea of what we were getting going into it, but like, it doesn't do any justice, to be honest. So yeah, this video is just gonna be more about kind of how we experienced Renaissance, how the day went, my overall thoughts on the whole tour, and my favorite moments, stuff like that. Also, I'm going to put most of the footage that I took at the very end of this video. I'll probably have to clip it and pitch shift it up because Beyoncé doesn't play about those copyrights. But again, much better, much more immersive clips of this tour are very readily available. Just go on Beyoncé's Instagram, really. I had amazing seats, but still, with the visuals and everything on the screen, as well as, again, the live footage portrayed on the screen of the performance, during the performance, she has to be putting together some kind of movie Renaissance tour extravaganza. Please, I really need it. But I have to say, quite literally everything was on the grandest scale I've ever seen at any concert, especially in terms of stage design. Jesus Christ. So with all that being said, where do I start? I will say Miss Girl was late, and a lot later than I would have anticipated. It was supposed to start at 8 o'clock. She came out around 8:45, 8:50-ish. And I was low-key getting so nervous and low-key, like, I gotta say, pissed off. Like, once it started getting closer to 9 o'clock than 8 o'clock, I was kind of like, okay, like, the curfew for concerts in Toronto is 11 p.m. sharp. And after that, I believe the artist is charged, like, heavily, like, by the minute. And I very rarely, unless we're in a club where it's, you know, you can just kind of go till whenever, I very rarely see artists past that 11 o'clock mark. So I was just kind of like, is she really only gonna perform for 2 hours? And I know performing for 2 hours, especially when you're doing everything Beyonce's doing, is still a lot. But I'm sorry, you're gonna kind of expect a 3-hour performance if you're getting that 8 to 11 time frame, as well as for how much we paid for these tickets. Yeah, I needed 3 hours. I needed all the stops pulled out. And luckily, you know, it sounds like I'm leading towards something, but no, she proved me wrong. She didn't delay too much, and yes, she did come out a little late, but she went later. She ended the show at like damn near 11:30. So she really made it up to us, and I don't know if it's true that they're charged by the minute, but she probably went over my life savings about 4 times in that half hour. But to be, that's probably this Wow, there's nothing even in here. These are my tips from work. Wow, I thought I had some nickels or something at least. Goddamn. Now, I didn't expect her to start the show off so slow. Like, first 3 or 4 songs was just her and her diamond gown. Oh my god. And it was just her and the mic, like center stage, just sitting on the piano type vibes and just belting her heart out. And we waited a bit for her to come out, so I was just kind of ready. I was in the Renaissance mindset. I was ready to just start dancing. But still, she was so worth the wait. And overall, what really impressed me was her dancers and her backup singing. My god, they were all impeccably talented and just gave their all. Like, I would have just seen them on their own. Somehow each and every one of them stood out and just killed it with whatever they were doing, especially the twins and especially the backup dancers. If I remember correctly, they all were wearing like very different but very bright colored dresses. They were more so in the last leg, I think, unless maybe I just didn't really see them for the first half. There's a lot going on at this show. And the dancers, the voguing section, god, holy shit, just take the stage, honey. Jesus, kill it. And all of them really helped carry all the transitional moments when B was backstage, you know, getting them outfit changes off, which you don't see too much footage of, so I'll put a little clip up here.
I love you, Houston.
Keep those candles in your bed, no need for the spell. Stop acting so scared, just do what I tell. First look in my legs, go back in your head.
I just had to slide that in because the visual artist deserves all the credit. But these transitions didn't just feel like filler or just like some kind of ambience to kind of keep your attention, but also like time to hit the bathroom kind of thing. No, like I was entranced. I remember thinking a few of these, I'm like, okay, these visuals are most definitely inspired by Arca, and she actually pops up in the visuals. If you know, you know. I was the only one in my section that kind of just screamed, Arca! Like, oh shit! I freaked the fuck out real quick when I seen her buy an ass pop up. But I was later told that the same visual artist that worked with Arca for God knows how many projects, but especially the Kick series, which was visually like unfucking believable, also worked on these tour visuals and a lot of the Billboard visuals. Wow, makes a lot of sense, right? Frederick Hyman, if I'm not mistaken, I believe. Hope I got that right. It's a similar vibe, but they took it to completely different places. But I did not expect B to get so damn spacey and trippy, and the mechanics of it all, the visuals were so fucking sick. Now, I'm gonna move into some of my personal highlights and gonna try to focus on some of the moments that, after seeing the show, I don't see talked about a whole lot, or I don't see shown in clips a whole lot, to try and give a bit of a unique spin, because again, I can just explain what you see on Beyonce's Instagram. 1+1 sounded unreal, and I'm gonna be honest, I've never been a huge fan of this song just personally, but god, I need the live version of this released, because wow, it was just leagues better than the studio version. I'll be straight up. Instrumentally especially, but somehow even vocally, she steps it up. It was stunning. I don't know how that's possible. The beat for Church Girl as well was sounding so crisp in the stadium. This one I wasn't sure how it was going to kind of translate to the arena setting, but I was pretty shocked at how well it worked and how lit everyone on stage got when it started dropping. Love on Top was, of course, it's always going to be a highlight, I imagine. And the whole arena singing along as it ended, and her having to cut us off because, like, we would have just kept going. Honestly, I would tear my vocal cords again for Beyonce any day. Now, leading up to the show, Alien Superstar was, I think, the song I was most excited to see just that day. It was stuck in my head. I was picturing the arena, that chorus, those synths. I just knew it was going to sound unreal, and yeah, like highlight and a half. The lights, the lasers, the All Up in Your Mind and Thick were missed dearly, especially All Up in Your Mind. I'm sorry, that's the most underrated song on the album, and like would have went so off in the stadium. The production on that song is just so massive and chaotic. It would have made for such an insane, intense moment, but No, I guess not. I know she performed those 2 songs at the first show, I think, but from what I know and from what I've been told, they were just never performed again. Why? Like, it's 2 of my favorites, man. I probably would have just straight up like creamed in my pants if she did Thick. Dude, should I say? It's real shit. I'm just speaking real, right? Like, and also, I'm sorry, but I needed some Baby Boy. I needed Baby Boy, stay on my mind. And also, like, I know it makes sense that she doesn't perform much of Lemonade. You know, it's a sad era, it's a different, yeah, but no, like, I really wanted to hear Sorry, man. So those are just my kind of, I mean, again, like, it's like the Elton John video I did 2 years ago now, I think. Also one of my best concert reviews ever, I think. Go check it out. But like Elton, Beyonce just has such a massive discography and, like, countless hits. So really, the set list, you know, there's gonna be complaints. There's gonna be songs that you wanted to hear that you're not gonna hear. It is what it is. But the set list overall, and especially for the Renaissance vibe, she did, again, pretty much every song except 2, you bitch you. But still, the set list was perfect and it flowed like flawlessly well, especially when she would just randomly slip in kind of some medleys, do some sections of some little songs, did a little Crazy in Love, slipped in during the heavy dance part, and I was kind of like, oh shit, we're in there. I'll leave you guys with the clips that I took from the concert at the very end of this video. Probably, again, we'll have to trim them up, avoid copyright and all of that fun stuff. Jay, it's time to sign Ferda Tunes to the rock, baby. But yes, overall, wow, like, oh my god, one of the best concerts I've ever been to, and easily the best performance and overall show put on stage I've ever witnessed. The thematics, the luxury, the outfits, and the bombasticness of it all was genuinely overwhelming. Of course, I expected big things. I mean, massive things. It's Beyonce. I mean, we're talking about the woman who put together Homecoming, like one of the most flawlessly executed stage shows ever in history. Well, yes, of course I expected this, but seeing it and being there, like, the amount of power and wealth it takes off to pull off something on such a grand scale regardless, and then the vision, talent, and skill to pull it all off flawlessly is endlessly impressive. It's something I, like, it keeps me up at night, damn near. Like, did I really see all that I was seeing? She cemented herself, to me, as easily the greatest performer of our generation, of the last 2 decades. In my eyes, she's always sort of been that, but now, like, no one even comes close for me. That's all I can think to say without just rambling on and on and on, because this is one of those things I can talk about forever. But please, I really want to hear from y'all. Did you go see the show? Where did you see it? What was your favorite moment, favorite song, favorite outfit? Anything you want to let me know. I want to talk about this because this tour is still far from over, and it's just such an era we are living in. The closest thing we'll get to modern day Michael Jackson. I've said it before, I'll say it again. No one will ever be there, but we do have Beyonce, and she's pretty damn close. I do think this is that type of legendary classic tour that you're gonna still be talked about decades from here on out. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure you join the Discord. We got over 200 Ferda family members in there. Keep in touch with your boy, super cool people talking about super cool music all day, every day. Why aren't you in it already? Links in the description. You can also support your boy on Patreon. Really helps the channel out. We really appreciate it. Get some bonus content while you're at it. You can follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, fucking whatever. Ain't really rocking with Twitter anymore, but regardless, that's another topic. Much love. Thank you again so much for watching Stream Renaissance, because, you know, what, you don't want to have fun? Is that it? Much love, y'all. Thank you so much for watching, and I got some new, bigger videos coming up soon. So appreciate the patience. Join the Discord to stay in touch, and stay tuned.